The makers of this popular homeopathic product claim that it effectively treats influenza. Major pharmacy chains sell it to millions of customers every year, but scientific skeptics believe it to be nothing more than an expensive sugar pill, and it is now the subject of a multi-million-dollar class-action lawsuit in Canada. Today on Think Again TV, we explore the value of Oscillococcinum.
Think Again TV is produced by Centre for Inquiry, Canada's premier venue for secular humanists, atheists, skeptics, and free thinkers.
Where is the proof that these particular products are working and are successful in treating diseases? And I don't find that proof at all. And yet the pharmacies, especially the large chain pharmacies, are selling these things over the counter with classifications. In other words, cold remedies, reduce flu symptoms, etc., etc. So just because the federal governments in major countries recognize the fact that you can market these things doesn't give the authority to the pharmacies to have it on their shelves with those claims.
On March 16, 2012, the law firm Roy Elliott O'Connor LLP filed a class-action lawsuit against Shoppers Drug Mart and Boiron Laboratories for $25 million for violating laws designed to protect Canadians, including the Consumer Protection Act, the Fair Trading Act, and a number of other laws, by selling the homeopathic product Oscillococcinum. Now, in the interest of full disclosure, the Centre for Inquiry Canada, which produces Think Again TV, has entered a solicitor-client relationship with Roy Elliott O'Connor LLP to act as advisors on this case.
My name is Heather Boone, and I am an associate professor here at the Leslie Dan Faculty of Pharmacy at the University of Toronto. And I do research in the area of complementary and alternative medicine from a health services perspective. So my interests really are about the safety and efficacy of these products and their role within our Canadian healthcare system.
Heather Boone trains future pharmacists, and she expressed concerns about pharmacists being in a position to recommend homeopathic products.
I think what pharmacists need to know that as far as treating a given patient right now, I don't think we have great evidence that I don't recommend that pharmacists recommend it. However, we do have patients that want to use it. And so my kind of take on all of this is that we need to make sure that patients are making safe and informed decisions.
CFI had been investigating Oscillo for months before this lawsuit was launched, and indeed had sent letters to Shoppers Drug Mart in January and March of 2012, but we received no replies. The homeopathic product Oscillococcinum, also known as Oscillo, is manufactured by Boiron Laboratories, a self-described global leader in homeopathic medicines. Founded in 1967 and present in Canada since 1988, Boiron distributes products in over 100 countries and boasts current annual revenues of over 520 million euros, which equals about 680 million Canadian dollars. Canadians can readily find Oscillococcinum on the shelves of Shoppers Drug Mart, Canada's largest pharmacy chain. Shoppers operates over 1,200 locations nationwide and reports around 10 billion Canadian dollars in annual sales. They are not alone in carrying suspect homeopathic products. Our investigations here in Toronto found Oscillo on the shelves of many other pharmacies, including Rexall PharmaPlus, Walmart, Metro, and Loblaws Superstore. We focus today on Shoppers Drug Mart not because of any specific prejudice toward that corporation or its financial success, but rather because, as the national industry leader, we hoped that they would lead by good example. I have 2 packages of Oscillo here, purchased at 2 different Shoppers Drug Mart locations in Toronto, one for adults and one for children. It pained me to spend good money on this, and I hope to deter you from doing the same. But since we have these products in front of us, let's take a closer look. Oscillo is one of Boiron's best-selling products, an over-the-counter remedy that they claim is used by millions of people in more than 60 countries. Boiron recommends Oscillo for relief of flu-like symptoms, as seen in this promotional video.
1 minute you feel fine. The next, you start feeling a bit off. The moment you feel run down or achy, nip flu-like symptoms in the bud with Oscillococcinum. Get Oscillo and feel like yourself again. Oscillococcinum. Nip it in the bud.
I'll demonstrate how Oscillo and similar homeopathic products are manufactured and how you can read a homeopathic product label in a separate video. But here are the essential facts. Oscillo's active listed ingredient, whether we're looking at the adult product or the children's product, is Anas barbariae hepatis et cordis extractum. Boiron provides no information on or in its product packaging or even on its website to tell you, the consumer, what this is.
The problem comes up, at least for me and many other physicians, that when you go into a drugstore, you need to find content in the drugstore on the shelves that makes sense, that is reputable. And just because something has fancy packaging and is homeopathic, most people don't know the difference between homeopathic. They don't know what a D30 means or a D10. It's right next door to the regular cold medication.
If it's that confusing to understand, then what exactly is in Oscillo? What is this Anas barbariae stuff? Translated from Latin, it means extract of wild duck liver and heart. And the homeopathic principle known as the law of similars suggests that this ingredient should produce an effective influenza treatment because these organs are sources of influenza virus. So each year, a single Muscovy duck's organs are processed to make the worldwide supply of Oscillo. This feat is made possible by the incredibly high dilutions common to homeopathic practice. And in fact, the dilutions that are used to produce Oscillo mean that you would be astronomically unlikely to find even a single molecule of the duck organ extract remaining in the final product that you find on the pharmacy shelf. Oscillo's listed inactive ingredients are sucrose and lactose, which are two common sugars. Now, here's something interesting on the packaging. It says that this product contains 0.85 grams of sucrose and 0.15 grams of lactose per tube dose of pellets, and a tube dose is 1 gram. So let's do some simple arithmetic. What percentage of the Oscillo product is, according to Boiron itself, non-medicinal sugar? That's right, 100%. So already we have some cause for suspicion because A, there's no remaining content percentage left for the supposedly active ingredient of duck extract, and B, the packaging actually gives no standard weight measures for the duck extract component of the product. Note too that the product formula and instructions for use are identical for adults and children over 2, despite the fact that Boiron sells Oscillo as 2 different products, one for adults and one for children, and the fact that Boiron's marketing materials claim that Oscillococcinum children is specifically formulated for young flu sufferers. About 20 years ago, Shoppers Drug Mart's slogan was, "Everything you want in a drugstore." But just because some customers and corporations want it does not mean that it's ethical to stock it and sell it. We hope that what most Canadians want in their drugstores is effective medicine that does what it claims to do and is sold at a fair price. We believe that homeopathic products like Oscillococcinum meet neither of these criteria. Did you, or anyone you know, take Oscillococcinum thinking it would relieve your flu symptoms? Then we want to hear from you. Contact us, info@cficanada.ca. In future episodes in this series, we'll demonstrate how Oscillo is made, and we'll talk about why people are attracted to natural health products and why they should think again.
From the general public, there was widespread belief that something that's natural is automatically safe. So we have to think about, well, what about mushrooms? Some of them are safe for your spaghetti sauce. Some of them have psychedelic side effects, which one would argue are good or bad, but some of them are poisonous and they're all natural. And so we need to kind of re-educate people that just because it's natural doesn't mean it's safe.
Think Again TV is produced by Centre for Inquiry, Canada's premier venue for secular humanists, atheists, skeptics, and free thinkers.
CFI Canada coordinates branches and campus groups across the country, runs a public education series, provides secular community services, incorporates cutting-edge multimedia such as blogs, podcasts, and YouTube, and is a regular voice in the press presenting a secular humanist, atheist, and skeptical perspective.